Russia is taking credit for killing a top ISIS leader in Syria, but now a U.S. defense official is calling that claim a joke. ISIS says Abu Mohammad al-Adnani was killed in an airstrike in Aleppo. He's considered a top strategist and chief spokesman for the terror group. But the leader's death has not been confirmed yet. U.S. officials do believe he was targeted in a U.S. airstrike, not a Russian one. CBS News senior national security analyst Fran Townsend has been following the latest developments and joins us now. Fran, he's been referred to as the number 2 in ISIS. What does this mean for the war on ISIS if he is in fact dead?
Right. So, it's interesting. Not every strike and every kill for the coalition is equal. And so this is one of those that is disproportionately important, right? It's of strategic importance because this is the guy who was the operational planner, especially for external operations. We believe he played a role in Brussels, Paris, the things like the Istanbul
lone wolf attacks as well.
That's right. And so the fact that you take him out, will he be replaced? Most certainly he will be. But we found this in the fight against al-Qaeda. If you keep hitting the person in that position, the person that is the replacement is weaker and weaker and less experienced over time. And so this is of strategic importance. We'll have to see what benefit the coalition can bring from it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how do you replace somebody like him? And it sounds like it becomes more difficult with each strike.
That's exactly right.
We also are hearing now reports that Russia says it was its airstrikes. The U.S. has said it was their airstrikes or our airstrikes. Right. Any indication as to what is going on here, why both are claiming responsibility?
Look, it may be. We know that because of the importance of Manbij and the increasing strikes now, not only with Russia, but Turkey and the coalition, the deconfliction, there's a lot going on here. And it's not clear yet whether this is a propaganda of Russia trying to claim credit.
Right.
I'm not sure it's as important to the coalition to who gets credit for it as it is that they got him and they'll confirm it.
The U.S. is trying to get Turkey and the Kurds to sort of get on the same page in battling ISIS. Where do we stand with that? Because these are two forces that want to battle each other.
Right. The confounding thing here, Dana, is the U.S. should have anticipated this problem, right? Because what the Kurds were trying to do is perfectly clear from the beginning. They control an area in the northeast of Syria and the northwest, closer to the Mediterranean, and they wanted to bridge that and have a contiguous space along the Turkish border. Clearly, from the beginning, that was going to offend the Turks and concern them. The Turks may have made very clear that they view the YPG as a terrorist organization. We obviously don't. They're part of the Syrian Democratic Force that we arm, train, and equip. And so this should have been anticipated and dealt with long before the military operation that freed Manbij from ISIS.
Where do we stand? If somebody said to you today, where do we stand in our battle with ISIS? Where is it?
Well, look, for sure that the coalition has made gains, right? We've taken somewhere, depending on the estimates, 40 to 60% of their territory away from them. Iraq was just as successful in their military battles. We've seen the liberation of Manbij in Syria. And so there's been consistent gains in terms of taking territory away. But the real question, I think, for most Americans is, when are you going to be able to tell me you've reduced the threat here at home, and certainly in Western Europe, where many Americans didn't want to go this summer?
Right.
And so that's the tougher question to answer. It's not clear that we've made gains in terms of against their external operations, but one of the things the U.S. will point to is the Adnani is now dead.
That may be one sign of us having some effect, at least in this battle. Fran, we appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.